Hey guys, Siders here, and I'm back with a review of Splinter Cell Blacklist, released in 2013 for the Xbox 360, PS3, Wii U and PC, developed by Ubisoft Toronto and published by Ubisoft. It's been 4 years since Sam Fisher's last bout of espionage, and the more fugitive style take on the series are seen in Conviction, so has anything changed this time around? Does Blacklist recapture the magic of the original? Well, I'm happy to say that Blacklist returns to its stealthy roots, hiding in the shadows, and it's all the better for it. Sam Fisher is now in charge of 4th Echelon and must deal with the threat of the Engineers, a global terrorist group who are in possession of a blacklist, targeting various operations around the world. While the story isn't anything new, it's certainly engaging, with Sam supported in the field for new team including old faces like Anna Grimsdotter, who provides you with all the intel and gadgets you need to complete missions, and eventually unravel the mystery of the Blacklist. A lot of the gameplay mechanics are based on Splinter Cell Conviction, with the return of the mark and execute function, where you can highlight up to 3 enemies and be able to take them down in a single action, which can be very useful when your cover is blown and you need to be on the move, known as the killing in motion mechanic. If you are detected, then you are given a limited amount of time to either find cover or knock out the enemy in question before they start opening fire, as Sam can only take so many hits and you just happen to be allergic to bullets. Regenerative health and the Gears of War style cover system also make a return, which make it easier to negotiate debris and other obstacles without being spotted. Aside from the main campaign, there are a number of 4th Echelon missions which you can take on for various team members, ranging from traditional stealth missions to surviving waves of enemies. Although these missions are optional, it's in your best interest to complete them, as doing so gives you more funds that can be used to customize the Paladin, 4th Echelon's mobile HQ, as well as your own gear. The majority of these missions can also be played solo, however Briggs' missions need to be played cooperatively, either split screen or online. These optional missions are really hard, and if you're detected by a camera or guard, then you have to start right back at the beginning again. No checkpoints here. One level nearly took me an hour to complete, as I made so many mistakes, making these levels very unforgiving, yet at the same time providing the authentic Splinter Cell experience. Speaking of customization, there is a huge amount to choose from, such as Sam's suit, as well as upgrading the Paladin, so you can get access to better weapons and equipment. There are so many options to choose from, even changing the colour of Sam's goggles. For completionists, you'll want to get as much money as you can in order to purchase all of these upgrades. You get said money by completing missions. At the end of every mission, you are ranked based on your style of gameplay. If you favour an all-out assault using your weapons, then you will achieve more assault points. However, if you stick to the shadows and try to avoid detection, then you will achieve ghost points. Although you can choose how to play the game, it does reward you if you choose the stealthier path, as ghost points give you more money, which can be in turn used to customize your equipment. The new performance capture technology makes for a much more streamlined experience, with Sam being able to knock out a guard and keep moving. This creates a smoother gameplay experience, being able to select weapons and gadgets on the fly, rarely leaving you in a tight spot. The multiplayer Spies vs Mercs mode returns for the first time since Splinter Cell Double Agent, and this probably will give Blacklist the most in terms of its free-play value. You have the classic 2 vs 2 mode, as well as the 4 vs 4 mode, which gives the potential for a lot of dramatic encounters, while the spies try to hack the computers the Mercs are trying to protect, aided by the different gameplay perspectives of both parties. Visually, the game looks impressive, with detailed character models and high graphical fidelity, yet suffers from noticeable screen tearing and the odd hiccup here and there. Given that we are at the end of the current era of consoles, this is as good as the game is going to look. The music in the game doesn't particularly stand out, but it does give a good ambient feel which can really ratchet up the tension when you are near enemies and planning your next move, which really helps the immersion factor. The majority of levels don't feature music, instead relying on organic sounds like sound movement and guard chatter. One notable difference though is Sam's voice, this time provided by Eric Johnson, replacing series veteran Michael Ironside, and it really feels odd. Johnson gives a much more youthful and energetic performance, which seems to be out of place given how the series has developed over time. Sam Fisher is meant to be a grizzled veteran with an adult daughter, but Johnson's portrayal makes Sam appear much younger than he should be, which is rather jarring. One of the things I really loved about Splinter Cell was Ironside's dry humour, which made for darkly comic moments, but this is gone in favour of a much more straight-laced interpretation, which is a shame. If Ubisoft released a Michael Ironside dubbed DLC, I would totally buy it, as hearing that gruff voice suits the character of Sam Fisher down to a T. Splinter Cell Blacklist is a great synthesis of the original games, with a new style action-adventure experience. By taking more recent mechanics like Mark and Execute, and creating level designs where you can take your time picking off your enemies one by one while staying in the shadows, allows Blacklist to provide the best of both worlds. From the deep level of customization to the co-op and competitive online multiplayer, Blacklist has a wealth of replay value that certainly deserves your attention. It is a more than worthy entry into the Splinter Cell franchise, and I can't wait to see where the series goes into the next generation. Well, that's the end of this review. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, then it would be great if you could give this video a thumbs up and leave some feedback in the comments. For updates on what I'm doing, remember to check me out on Facebook and Twitter. So until next time, peace out guys.